Here we go, guys. Christmas has come early. I've got two gifts for you today. Two. It's my way of saying thank you for the support I've got this year, guys. I know a lot of people have been putting on Twitter, where they started this year, where they ended this year. Guys, I basically started this year without a YouTube channel, and now I'm monetized, and all these amazing things are happening. And when I stream, I'm the worst streamer in the world. I stream like every 3 weeks, but you guys come out, always make it fun. I've had some amazing experiences this year. I've got to talk to the biggest content creators in the world. And yes, guys, big news. We will be doing a podcast before the end of the year. Me, Killer Josh, and Notorious God will get together and look back on this whole year. We'll be doing awards and analysing the other podcasts we did, remembering our favourite moments. But this really comes down to you guys. You have made this year so much fun for me. I haven't been consistent. I haven't been the best YouTuber or the best streamer. I haven't worked as hard as a lot of other people, to be honest. But you guys have just backed me on everything that I've done, and I really, really appreciate it. So my two gifts today are, I'm going to give you a guaranteed method to go 12-0. Guys, it is guaranteed. It's not a word I throw around very often. If you're like an average player, it's guaranteed. You will get Ray Allen. And the second thing is, I'm going to be giving away a 2K22 anniversary edition, courtesy of Cliff2_3 on Twitter. He sponsored some of my videos in the past. He's one of the nicest guys in the community. And he reached out saying, can he do a giveaway? I said, absolutely. What a great way to give back to you guys. Cliff is an absolute legend. And I'll tell you guys at the end of this video how you can enter that competition. And guys, enter that competition because the odds are going to be really, really good. I don't know how many people are going to enter it. But, typical 2K22 giveaway, you might have thousands of people entering. I don't think we're going to have anywhere near that, so enter it. It's probably going to be a really easy opportunity to have a really good shot at winning that game. So let's get into the 12-0 method. And like I said, guys, it is pretty much guaranteed. Now, there are some caveats, and I'll run you through that. The first thing is you have to be half decent at the game, okay? You can't be it can't be your first week. It's not going to work. If you've been playing this game consistently for sort of a year, I think this is it is just a guarantee. So last season I did a method. I got Drazen last season and it was tough. It was the toughest 12-0 that I've done all year. This was kind of the type of lineup. It wasn't this exact lineup because half these cards were missing last season. But last season was it was tough because of the Trial of Champions cards, right? Because everyone who logged into the game had basically all the amethysts that came with Trial of Champions. So the kind of minimum squad anyone was running was like a 91, 92 overall. So you couldn't really run like a 80-something or 70-something overall and really match up with anyone other than people who were doing the same thing. So last season I ran a lineup like this. Now you can run this again. To be honest, it's a lot more fun. If you want to have fun with it, run a lineup like this. But this isn't the method that's guaranteed. Okay, but this did get us Drazen. Guys, just a heads up, if you run a lineup like this, I actually don't know why that's an 88 overall. It's usually an 89. But if you run a lineup like this, you will match up probably 3 out of 5 games against a 97 overall. You could argue this makes your life tougher, but you'll get the wins that you get will be easier. But you will have to win some tough games to get there. So now this season, right? And I'm going to start by showing you another method and why it makes this method so powerful, right? So the common method you'll see is this, okay? This method was put out there by Oko Dre several months ago. He uses it every season to go 12-0. It does work, guys, but I've really struggled with it because I think the majority of the time you run a lineup like this, you run into people using lineups like this, but also you can run into anything up to like an 83, 84 overall. And although you'll win like 7, 8, 9 out of 10 games. I think the odds of you running into someone who basically has like 3 Dark Matters, that was a common thread. Like someone would run a Dark Matter point guard, Dark Matter small forward, and Dark Matter center. And when you think of who those cards are now, you're talking about what, Ben Simmons, Danny Ferry, and Taco, right? Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So I made one change. I made one change to this lineup. And I want to credit Oko Dre because, like I said, he provided the foundation. All of these guys can shoot these bronzes. That's why they're in the team. I'm not going to change that card. It's just this one card, guys, that you need to change. It's this one card and everything becomes easier. Again, if you're half decent at the game, this will change everything. And that card, guys, is Matt Bonner. Now, this card is an absolute glitch in this game. It's one of the easiest cards to green with I've ever used in a 2K. He's got Klay Thompson base, but for some reason, the green window is just endless. Like, I've definitely sort of released like two different releases at completely different times, yet he just continues to green. He is a glitch because he's got the key badges in the game as well. He's got clamps, he's got showtime, and he's got range. Showtime probably being the key badge that you need. But again, once you add D'Antoni as a coach, you've got 79 overall. And honestly, Bonner turns into like a minimum of a Galaxy Opal. So you're running a 79 overall. You can replace LeBron with a bunch of cards. You can run Kawhi, you can run Terry, you can run Cam for sure. Danny Ferry's another option. This Tony that just came out. Giannis is a great option as well. The key with the card that you use here, guys, is you have to be comfortable with their release. Obviously, LeBron has Exum very quick, which makes him a terrific card. And honestly, if I did it now, if I was trying to do this now, I would probably use Cade and put someone else in at the 3. I'd probably put another bronze or something there. Cade to me is the best card that's been released all year. I dropped 36 points with him in 1 quarter in Limited yesterday. That's how good he is. That's probably who I'd use. But either way, guys, just make sure you've got one card that you're comfortable with. These two try and keep the same. Try and keep Jordan the same. If you need to replace the small forward because you want to run a point guard instead, just make sure it's someone who's got a half-decent shot. Like, if you look at Sam, he's got 81 free ball. And I do green fairly consistently with these guys. Jordan less so, the other two more so. But that's the lineup, guys. 79 overall. It will get you matched up, guys, against 87 overalls, okay? It will. That's the caveat here. So you need to be half decent. And there will be times, which I'll explain in a second, and I'll also explain why it's guaranteed, that you just can't win the game, guys. There'll be time when you can't win the game. So going to my unlimited record, I'll show you really quickly. We went 32-0 originally, right? Which put us at 6-0 in the Galaxy Opal tier. I then lost my 7-0 game to a guy who was running 3 Dark Matters and 2 Galaxy Opals. I just didn't have a chance, guys. The game was actually quite close, but we just didn't have a chance to win that game. I then loaded up again for a 12-0 run, and I lost the exact same game again. I lost the 7-0 game. This time it was to an 84 overall. I think he did have 3 Dark Matters, but the algo was just out of control. So guys, just accept that you might lose a game now and then on the run. Don't be bothered by it. Don't be stressed by it. It's fine. The reason it's guaranteed, guys, is you just got to keep playing. By the time I got Ray Allen, I think I'd lost 3 games total. We probably won about 50. I mean, you just got to keep going. And sometimes you'll get stalled. Sometimes people will annoy you. Sometimes it might take 50 minutes just to complete a game because someone's, you know, using all their timeouts, pause timers, all of that stuff. There's definitely been times where it's taken me 2 hours to complete sort of 3 games. But actually, the majority of the time, you're going to get wins so quick. People will rage quit. You can get through a 12-0 run quite quickly. I think when we actually went 12-0, I don't think we got stalled at all. I think the 5-0 game was tough. We had to come through that. But outside of that, I think it took maybe an hour to an hour and a half to do the entire 12-0 run. So again, guys, the reason I say it's guaranteed is because you just got to keep going. 2 out of 5 games you play will be against, like, literally new players. Again, people are running low overalls as new players again because Trial of Champions cards are not available this season. 2 out of 5 games will be people doing similar things. And 1 out of 5, it's going to be tough. You know, it's going to be a higher overall. But again, if you've got some level of skill in the game, it's important to remember that most people that overall glitch, including myself, are not very good at this game. Guys, in terms of ethics, the game is over. Like, if you've got an issue with someone overall glitching at this point in the game, I mean, I'm never going to be good enough to go kind of 12-0 with my main squad. Ironically, I'm trying now. I actually am trying. And last season, technically, I think, you know, it was about as tough just running a 5-man Dark Matter lineup. But I am trying to go 12-0 with my main lineup now, and we are 3-0 so far. But let's get into it, guys. Let me show you the gameplay. Let me show you how it works and why this is just a really straightforward method. What I'll do is I'll try and find a gameplay. I've recorded quite a few on this run against a tougher team that we played and show you exactly what we did to beat them. So guys, I'm going to show you my actual 12-0 game. It's probably the best game to show you. Just a reminder, we do have an NBA 2K22 Anniversary Edition giveaway coming up at the end of this video. Don't miss it, guys. You've got a really good shot of winning that. Don't waste it. But here you go. This is our 12-0 game. As you can see, it's an 87 overall. He's got Muggsy, he's got Nick Anderson, Giannis, Ewing. You know, we're outside of Kawhi, we're pretty much outmatched at every position. Like I said, you will match up against 87 overalls. You can tell this guy, it's kind of a weird one because Nick Anderson's like the level 30 reward or something on XP. So he's obviously played a little bit. It's kind of a good overall glitchy lineup. Giannis is decent. Ewing is decent. Muggsy is a weird one. It is a weird one, but you know, we are out here trying to really run just 2 players. I'm going to show you how to do that effectively. Now, in terms of settings, guys, if I'm playing a low overall, I just won't bother, to be honest. There's only one setting I will do. Defensive setting, just make sure it's smother and tight in the top 2. The rest is really up to you. There's a bunch of videos out there. The key setting is the Hawks freelance has to be equipped. That is your 5-out freelance. Adaptive coaching engine goes off. help defense goes down to 0. Now, the Hawks freelance is the key setting. Like I said, put the defensive settings on smother and tight just to make sure that if your player, is just putting up threes, the algo's on their side, that they're just not getting wide open threes all game. When you're running up against a card like Nick Anderson, he could really light you up. But that's the settings, guys. The key one is Hawks freelance. Outside of that, just make sure your defensive settings stop threes being left open all game. Outside of that, you're good, guys. So offensively, guys, you want to equip the Hawks freelance as quickly as possible. That'll put you in a 5-out setting. Now, the next thing is knowing how to speed boost if you're on current gen. It's very, very simple. People have overcomplicated this. All you need to do is whatever hand you are holding the ball in. Let's say you're holding the ball in the right hand. Just flick the right stick up and right. So the up and right diagonal. And it'll speed boost. So whatever direction you're holding the ball in, if you're holding it in your left hand, flick it up and left. That's it. Okay? That triggers a speed boost. Now, you'll see here, he basically blocks the speed boost quite well. I mean, he clearly knows what he's doing a little bit. Like I said, he's got Nick Anderson. So he gets across and covers it. Now, I'm only looking for one other move, guys, to get to the rim, which is the Pro 3 behind the back, which is literally flicking the stick left. And there you go. We're off. So those two animations are the key animations to get to the rim. Now, I do want to dunk as much as possible early, just to make sure we get showtime as early as possible. That's the key to all of this. You want to keep dunking the ball early. Your team will get showtime. He gets a horrendous take there. Defensively, guys, you want to get in a zone quickly, okay? That's it. If your opponent cannot, doesn't have like players that can shoot across the board, you see me speed boost again, just get in a zone and just make sure you've got the players covered that can shoot. So he's got Nick Anderson, who's a threat. I'm sure Muggsy can knock down a 3. Giannis can knock down a 3 if you know how to use him. But Nick Anderson's a real threat. I just make sure I've got him covered. And then the zone will kind of do its job after that on its own, just by the spacing on the floor. So you'll see here, he's kind of playing smart. He's done some settings as well. He's made sure he's put his settings on tight and smothered. And, he knows what he's doing. But we'll show you how we break it down as the game goes on. So like I said, just keep dunking with Kawhi or Matt Bonner. Both have got showtime, and you'll see what happens here. The team lights up with takeover. Now, this is a point where we're going to try and dominate the game, but basically try and get a rage quit. That's usually our goal here. Interestingly, Kawhi, the only one who doesn't have takeover. As I said, guys, with the algo, you've seen 2 bad takes back-to-back from my opponent there. Both have gone in. There's nothing you can do about that. Just let it ride out until it stops. Now, this isn't relevant, but I found it funny. This is Muggsy Bogues posterizing Kawhi Leonard. That's what just happened there. I just thought I'd show that to you really quickly. As I said, guys, all you want to do is keep dunking until you get takeover. Highlight defensive animations will do the same as well. And you'll see in a second here, I send a double team. This is kind of how I focus my defense. He's been really rim running through Giannis the whole game. So we send a double team here. His Giannis is completely screwed. You can send double team by holding the top left bumper or sending it manually. So as I said, guys, once takeover is achieved, all you need to do is keep shooting. Curry slide is just down and left. From the opposite hand, you have the ball in. So if the ball's in your right hand, down and left. If the ball's in your left hand, down and right. That's how you Curry slide if you don't know. My opponent's gone for a buzzer beater at the end of the quarter there. But at this point, we've won the game. As long as we keep getting takeover, we keep making our shots, and we keep shooting threes, we're all good. That's the end of that. I'll show you a few highlights for the rest of the game. But that's pretty much everything you need to know, guys. So there you have it, guys. Just a reminder that, an 87 overall is one of the tougher games you'd play. It's kind of ironic that we had a 8 overall difference on our 12-0 game. But the skill gap was there. This is what I'm saying. If you're half decent at the game, you will win the game every time, guys. I hope that helps you go 12-0. But now, let's get on to the competition. As the animation loads up to show Ray Allen at the end of this run, this is how you enter the competition for the NBA 2K22 Anniversary Edition giveaway, guys. Big thank you to Cliff2_3 on Twitter. Cliff is an amazing guy. Like I said, he reached out to me saying, should we do this? I was like, absolutely. It's a great way to say thank you to you guys. But just to be clear, it is Cliff giving away the game. We'll absolutely make sure you get the game or the financial amount equivalent, depending on where you are. So the one caveat to join, guys, is you must have a PayPal account. If you do not have a PayPal account, you cannot join this giveaway, unfortunately. But to enter is very simple, guys. And just a reminder, the odds of winning this are going to be really, really high. I don't have a huge amount of subs. The entries probably won't be like crazy, so just do it. It's going to take like 10 seconds, and you have a really good chance of winning this game, you know, and winning the giveaway. So here's how you enter. All you need to do is take a screenshot of the fact that you're subscribed to my channel. Go to Twitter and post that screenshot with the following information. Tag Cliff2_3, tag me in it so we know that you've entered, and just put the 3 words, "Here we go," in the text. That's all you need to do. So a reminder, guys, take a screenshot of the fact that you're subscribed. The easiest way to do that is on your phone. Go to Twitter, post that screenshot, tagging Cliff2_3 and myself in the Twitter post, and just put the 3 words, "Here we go." And you could win NBA 2K22 Anniversary Edition. What an amazing giveaway. Guys, thank you so much again. The podcast is coming soon, guys. The end of your podcast is coming soon. I cannot wait for it. Thank you again for your support. I hope this helps you go 12-0, and I really hope you win the giveaway. We'll be doing a video next week announcing the winners. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys.